Back and better than ever. We just finished off with the ESM St. Anthony 25 game, and now this one, which was probably the biggest surprise of the day, even though
Yeah,
they were sophomores, the St. Anthony sophomores. And I'm aware that a lot of their sophomores weren't there. They were prospect days and stuff, but the Cyclones, which is, a lot of Southside kids, and we're going to talk a few of the stars. I'll let you jump in and tell me about the game, but tell me a little bit about how this became so lopsided.
yeah. I thought probably the team that was right up there in terms of their the best ride and the best defense was Southside. I mean, Bayport was probably number one, I would say, during the day, their varsity team, but I think right behind them might have been the Southside Cyclones. I thought that was a real difference in them dominating the possession game and really doing it really in all phases of the game. Like if you want to talk offense, how about Avery Testa, the attacker, who I think I recently found out, like, so we know she missed like a lot of last season, just like going through stuff physically. But for her to get back out there and really kind of have a great game, have a great first breakout game in the Winter League, looks like she's feeling, if not 100%, looks like she's pretty close. So definitely just want to shout out Avery Testa for the game that she played. But then you talk about the defense for Southside, Morgan Harloff, who Stony Brook, that's her future home. So she was all over the place, especially in the cause turnover department, which I thought that was key for Southside in dominating the possession game. Harloff really being able to force a ton of turnovers, get those 50-50 ground balls. That was key for Southside. And then Ava Seglia of Syosset, but playing for Southside in this league in the net, she was over 50% in saves, which is really what kept St. Anthony's to only one goal in that game.
Stegs must have been good.
Was She was very good, not just like with the saves, but with the clear. She actually had a cause turnover as well, picking off a pass,
Nice.
read in anticipation.
That's exciting to hear. Yeah, Avery Tester's heading to William and Mary, correct?
That's right.
That's a beautiful school. Oh, I visited that when the kids were little. What a beautiful place. Beautiful place to go to school, the state of Virginia, just for those that have never been there. So that game ended, and then the seniors for St. Anthony's played the Smithtown West Bulls. How'd that game turn out?
Yeah, Smithtown West looking pretty impressive in game one. I'm very high on them for the spring season, as you know. Um, but they started off the Winter League on the right foot. How about Alyssa Lorfus?
Oh, yeah.
7 points, 4 and 3. The 2026 attacker.
She's a dude. She can get after it.
She is really good.
Yeah.
Between
She,
her and then Kate Theofield, she also had 7, 5 and 2, going to Rutgers. I mean, that
did Jolie Schiavo play?
did she play? Hat trick, couple cause turnovers.
Okay. It's
So
exciting. She's going to JMU, right?
yeah, JMU.
Yes. So you're right. You're riding the bull wagon to the B Suffolk Championships, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm on that wagon.
We'll have to ask the West Islip Lady Lions and the Comswag Lady Warriors what they think about that.
I know. Well, it seems like you're on West Islip, so
I
so
was on West Islip. I was on Comswag last year. That was the team I thought should have won it. I thought they underperformed. I thought Smithtown West was a year away, so it makes more sense that this is Smithtown West's year.
yeah.
You didn't even mention the Manella sisters, which I mean, dude, those kids. I don't know what goes on in that house. They must have to fight for food at the dinner table because they play like it's their last meal.
Yeah, and I like Ashley Manella. I feel like she just reminds me so much of her older sister Nikki. After seeing her a couple years ago, for the first time, like I don't know what it is though, but there's something in that household, like you're saying, like they got to be fighting for food at the table.
Yeah, they're definitely taking the garbage out and doing chores. I'd like to be a a bug on the wall to hear how they're being raised, because those kids play so hard. You know what I mean? Like, they don't take a play
Yeah.
off.
No, well, I remember vividly when we covered the Smithtown West Commack game, and Ashley Manella she took a charge, like she just took a shot and just got laid out. But it was like one of those plays where it's like, that's the type of play that's got to fire up your sideline. I was fired up by seeing that, and I was just spectating.
I agree with you. She could play Villanova basketball. She's Jalen Brunson and what's Hart's first name?
Josh Hart.
And Josh Hart. That's who she is. She's a Villanova basketball player, Manila. That's who she is. I wonder if she plays hoops. Does she play hoops?
I don't know. She was on the soccer team. I know that.
Didn't the soccer team like losing the state championship?
Yeah, they made it all the way to the state championship.
Yeah. I guess it, I guess Smith. Yeah, I would say Smithtown West Islip. I mean, you can almost pencil them in. Comstock will have something to say about it, I think. But if I had to put my money on it, I'd go with those two teams in the finals.
I can see it now. I can see this being clipped in the Comstock locker room.
Good. Because
you never know.
Listen, I mean, me personally, I love a bunch of those wild kids, and I'd like to see them step up. They got to step up, man. Listen, I can't play for you, but I thought WAG last year, that was their year, having DC and everything. And we'll see. I think McCrary, McNulty, Callender, Guzman, there's a good crew there. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, West Islip's not in this league because Joe runs his own league. I would love to get the West Islip kids in this league because, I mean, I love those kids. I love the kids. They play hard. But they get the personality of Coach Nick. You know what I mean? They play hard. I mean, Coach Cameron, they do a great job. The next game, so the final of the 24s, St. Anthony's ended up pulling that game out.
No, Smithtown West won that game.
Oh, Smithtown West. I had the score wrong on my sheet. Sorry, Lady Bulls. My bad. Then there was Grazaday, YJ Stadler team against Mount Sinai without Alexis Spleen, and we have to preface that without the number one recruit in the country not playing. She's still coming back from some knee stuff. What happened with that game?
Yeah, that was a game. It was close in the first half, only about a 3-goal game, but then the YJ Grazaday Stadler team just kind of took over in that second half, and that was one of those games that was really like a complete effort. I mean, like Maddie Herr, mentioning her again, she had a hat trick, but then you also got 2 goals each from Olivia Brady, who also had a couple caused turnovers in that game as well. But Olivia Brady, Natalie Burns, Riley Cash, each having 2. So I think also got Caitlin Murtha with a couple of assists for YJ.
Caitlin Murtha's an ESM girl, right?
Yeah.
And Burns is Pequot?
Yeah, Natalie Burns is Massapequa. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to let everybody know where these kids are from. So if they want to go watch any of these kids play on their high school teams, I know hers, Shoreham. Who else did you mention? I'm sorry.
Olivia Brady from Bayport. Also Riley Cash,
Northport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's good. They got a wider range. How they play defensively?
Yeah, defensively, it was the first half was really. Oh, I hope no one just heard that. Someone just fell upstairs. Anyway,
I didn't hear that. I hope they're okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to check on that afterwards. But
if you're an ambulance, we can put it up. We can pause.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it though.
Okay, all right. Anyway, so so defensively for YJ, in the net, Audrey Davidian, she was 50% on saves and keeping Mount Sinai's offense in check, as they only had one first half goal in that one. But I thought that was a difference maker. And also one player that they were without in that game Aaliyah Leonard. I want
She's
to.
coming off a knee injury.
Okay.
She's gonna be out till the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, she's an absolute stud. Did Quinlan Halbrand play?
Yeah, I was going to mention that too. Quinlan, not there.
Yeah, she probably had something going on. And those are two studs. I mean, that team is loaded.
Yeah.
That's a roster, dude. That's a roster. So anybody in Mount Sinai step up and play well?
Yeah, so for Sinai, I mean, even though it was like a little bit of a tough task for them, I thought Ava Brennan, she had a goal for Sinai. Kaylee Carinante, she's going to Pitt. Another one, just like a speedster, kind of can do it all, like both sides of the field. Really prevalent in the clearing game for Mount Sinai. So I would definitely say those two. And then between the goalies, they split the time between Catherine Arrington and Addison Beal. So they came up with a combined 12 saves. Beal actually, she was 55% on saves.
That's legit. The next game, ironically, could be a Class C final. I mean, I don't think Bayport would agree with this, but Sayville's got a really good team. They played the Manhasset Lady Indians. Are they still called the Indians?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, they didn't change that. So that game ended up Manhasset won 13-8. Was this game ever close?
Yeah, it was close. I mean, in the first half, it was a 1-goal game. So Manhasset, they were down 2 initially. They were down like 3-1. Then they ended up going up 5-4 by halftime. But then in the second half, they kind of just pulled away. And Shay Panzik, she had a big game. She had 5 goals, also an assist. Panzik, the Vanderbilt commit. Then I thought both the Perfetto sisters, Lauren and Danielle, they both really had great games. With Lauren Perfetto, she had a couple goals and an assist. Also a couple caused turnovers as well. And then the freshman Danielle Perfetto, she chipped in with 2 goals for Manhasset.
They got the little Perfetto with the varsity. That girl could ball. That's one of your top 27s on Long Island, that kid.
Oh, 1,000%. Also, I don't want to forget Nicole Giannakopoulos, the Harvard commit.
Yes, she's back. How'd she look?
Yeah, she looked good. Couple goals, an assist. Also won a draw and had a caused turnover as well.
She plays like the Manella sisters, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, I can see that totally.
Yeah, like she might be a cousin.
We
have to find out. The Italians and the Greek, if they mesh, it's Manella and Giannakopoulos. Yeah, anybody? I heard Jordan Landman played well in net.
Yeah, Jordan Landman, 50% on saves in the game. Had 9 saves in that one.
That's awesome. She's heading to the College in New Jersey, TCNJ, a Division III powerhouse in lady sports, which is pretty cool. Who stepped up for Sayville?
Yeah, so for Sayville, so first they were missing a couple kids. So we should mention that. No Sophia Buffardi, also no Lucy Livingston. So a couple of players that they were without. But for Sayville, Abby Galaris, she had a hat trick. Sophie Cangelosi going to Michigan, had a couple ground balls, a couple goals, also took a few draws as well. So I would say those two. Also Dylan McNamara, just a freshman, but a couple GBs in that one, and also a caused turnover.
She's a player. That kid's a player. Yeah, I like the McNamara. Both Logan's your sister, the older one, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're sisters.
I believe they are. I believe they are sisters. DM us and confirm that, please. So we move on after the Manhasset 13-8 win, and excited to have Huntington varsity play against Wantagh's varsity. This is the first time Huntington girls have ever been in this event, right?
Yeah, this is the first time that we have Huntington in the Winter League.
Yeah, we've had the boys, but not the girls.
Right.
How'd that game go?
Yeah, so that game, I think that one was a matchup really between youth versus experience, because Huntington, they have a lot of young players on their team. like you're talking 2027s and 2028s. So they do have a lot of young players, which it'll just take time to kind of like get them ingratiated into that varsity program and kind of get a feel for the game. Whereas Wantagh, they have more experienced upperclassmen, more more juniors and seniors on that team. So like Wantagh, they came away with a convincing win, but just some of the standouts for them. I mean, you had Sienna Diglio. She's going to UMass. She had 4 goals in that one for Wantagh. But then also Isabella Sandoval. We talked about her about a week ago, leading up to the Winter League. The junior going to Binghamton. She had 5 on the day.
Yeah,
So
she's impressive. That kid's impressive.
yeah, yeah. I remember when we covered them against Southside during the spring, and she was one of the POGs. I thought she really had a great game, and that was like kind of the first chance where I really got to see her in the spring. And you could see why she's going to Binghamton as they continue to pick up kids off Long Island. Also, Juliana Sarasi going to JMU. She's another one where whether it's draws, scoring, defense, can kind of give you a little bit of everything. And she was actually perfect on the draw circle in that game, on the draws that she took. So that was really big in Wantagh being able to dominate.
Who do they got in the net this year? Who's Wantagh's goalie?
So they had Amanda Coppola in the net. Amanda Coppola, she's a senior. So she played. They also have a sophomore goaltender too, and Maddie Gonzalez. So they did actually kind of split time, but Coppola was the upperclassman on that team for their goaltending.
Got it. And did Huntington split their goalies?
Yeah, Huntington, they split their goalies, 2 young goalies. You had Andy DeJoya, she's a 2027, and then Juliet Johnson, a 2028. So just kind of shows you the youth that Huntington has right now that they're entrusting in goal.
Yeah, I like the Huntington coach a lot. I think Katie Riley is the right person to lead the Blue Devils. She's got great energy, great disposition. I think both of these programs are in real good hands right now. I think Lauren Rupert does a great job at Wantagh. She's obviously starting her 2nd year. I would not sleep on Wantagh this year, both boys and girls. We're going to get to see the boys tomorrow night, but I think both of those boys and girls varsity programs are going to make some noise this year.
Yeah, I mean the boys, they made a ton of noise last season. They were in the county final. That was against Manhasset. That was a 1-goal game, like at least going into halftime. I think might have even been after 3 quarters. That was a 1-goal game. So
interesting. We got 2 more games on the slate that we got to go over. This was one that you and I were very excited about. It looked like it from the score. It looks like it was a good game, and that was the Long Beach girls against the first time ever bringing in the Commack Cougars. What was that game like?
yeah, so really both teams new to the Winter League. We had Long Beach in the Winter Sevens a couple of years ago, but Long Beach also their first time in the high school Winter League. But yeah, that was also one of the more competitive games on the day, which actually started off in Commack's favor. So like they jumped out to a 3-0 lead, but Long Beach, they were able to come back in that one and ultimately win by 3 goals. But for Long Beach, they're a team we've talked about. They have a ton of athletes, like great athletes, whether it's Ava Main going to JMU. She had a couple goals in the game. Delaney Chernoff going to Denver, really showcased it all. Both causing turnovers and scoring, as well as clearing the ball. So those are 2. I think it kind of starts with those 2, but they also got a pretty solid game in the net from Emily Backlund, who's going to Bing. A couple goals as well for Ella Temperio. So this Long Beach team, they kind of showed why they're definitely going to be in the mix in Nassau Class B, which they have been for the last few years.
Yeah, they battled Garden City every year in the finals.
Yeah, so the last couple of years that I've been covering games for the LILJ, 22 and 23, those were both 1-goal games in the county final.
crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, also, I should say also the freshman, Anela Teamer, she actually had a goal in that game.
Where are they playing her? Are they playing her in midfield or defense?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so like she's a natural defender, but she got to play some offense in that game, which gave her a chance to score. So she's kind of being utilized in multiple ways, at least in the league.
Who are the Commack standout? The Cougars.
Yeah, so Commack, Amelia Bright, future Stony Brook Seawolf, with a couple goals, ground ball, caused turnover. Also Bella Campa with a couple GBs. Ashley Arizanis, who was a young gun on this Commack team, just a 2028. She was able to score a goal in this game.
Where are they playing her? At attack?
Yeah, Ashley Arizona. Yeah, she got a chance to play at attack. We get to see her a lot, of course, for FLG, but it was really nice to see Ashley out there repping her high school program as an 8th grader.
That's pretty cool. They got her and the kid Benedict are the 2 young guns on that team, right?
Yeah, Benedict. She's also a 2020, 27, I believe, or I hope I'm getting this right.
I think she's a 28.
I think she's a 27, but you might be right. I think you might actually be right. Sarah Frank is also a young gun on this Commack team.
That's cool, man. It's cool. I think Commack's going to make some noise this year. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. Like, to me, I think there's 4 teams, I think, in Suffolk Class A that you'll have your semis. I'm feeling between like Commack, Northport, Melville, and William Floyd.
Yeah, well, the next game, well, I guess we'll talk about a William Floyd kid who's playing on the free agent team. The free agent team, which we call the Excelsior team, played Miller Place. Tell me a little bit. That looked like I didn't expect that game to go the way it went score-wise.
Yeah, so the Excelsior team, the team put together with free agents, they had the biggest scoring burst on the day. They scored 21 goals, which was the most any team scored in the league on that first Sunday. So this team, they have players from all different classes, ranging from 2024s down to 2027s. But for them in that first game, Emily Clemens, she's from Kings Park, going to Pitt. She had 5 goals in that game. Had a few highlight reel goals as well, showing off some flair with the BTB. So Clemens, she kind of set the tone for them. Also had a couple of ground balls and a caused turnover. Talking about William Floyd, Kayla Gilmore, the senior going to Maryland. She's another one. Probably the best on the draw circle, I think you'd say.
Taking the draw for sure.
Yeah. Kayla Gilmore, definitely a beast on the draw circle, but also had a couple goals as well in this one and an assist. Then going to some of their younger players on this team, you have the freshman Olivia Malata from CSH. She had a couple goals, also an assist. Maddie O'Hagan, another freshman from Seaford, with 2 goals, had a ground ball, was on the draw circle as well. Danielle Perfetto, mentioning the freshman again from Manhasset. She had 4 goals in this one.
Ooh, 4. That's a good day.
Yeah.
How'd she do on the circle?
Yeah, I mean, she showed why she's one of the top 2027s on the island. And she's one of those players where I feel like you watch her play, and if you didn't know who she was, you'd think she's older than a 2027. Like she doesn't play the game like she's a freshman, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's being the youngest of 4, and every kid in their house is a Division I athlete, and she's obviously been raised the right way. And I mean, I know she's been battling her brothers. I mean, they all played basketball, and Manhasset made it. Would they lose in the state championship, the girls in basketball last year?
It was either the state championship or the semis. I don't.
Yeah, they made it to the state championship weekend, whenever it was.
They came off the island. I know that much.
Yeah, so I mean, she was an 8th grader on the varsity playing hoops. So, and I think she's starting this year as a freshman on the hoop team.
That's a huge deal.
That is a huge deal. I got to tell you something. I love hoops. For all you young kids that listen to this, If you play hoops, because that's a great game for lacrosse, And every coach in the country that recruits loves great hoopers. The girl, Maddie Taylor, who was the second team All-American, she won our Pomanock Award in 2022. She won the national championship in Northwestern last year. She was an unbelievable high school basketball player. Gilmore is a really good high school basketball player. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that. I knew she played soccer. I didn't know about hoops.
Oh, she's a big time hooper too.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell by the way she sees the field.
Yeah.
I mean, that girl. I think that girl is going to have an unbelievable college career. I am praying that she stays healthy because I think Kathy Reese has gotten herself an absolute gem. Who else stepped up? How did the Longwood kids play? I know you got a bunch of Longwood kids.
Yeah, Longwood. So yeah, we should actually mention this team is coached by Jimmy Fernandez. So shout out to him. But yeah, some of the Longwood girls that they have on this team, you got Olivia Kalin. I thought she did a couple of nice things between the lines with ground balls, caused turnovers. Also Ava Rivera, she had a goal and an assist as well. I know they were missing. I think they were missing a couple of their kids from Longwood.
Was Hollingsworth there? I think she was there.
Okay.
I think Hollingsworth was there. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't watch the game. I know it's a mishmash of kids. We even have a Lehigh kid on the roster.
Shout out to the Crusaders.
That's Ellis's alma mater. So we got to give Lehigh some love, but it's cool. I think it's cool. And any girls from the Mighty Miller Place Panthers step up?
Yeah, you want to talk about how about Mirabella Altabrando? She's a 2025 attacker, uncommitted.
She's not committed yet?
No, last I saw, she is not committed. I don't believe she is.
That's very interesting. That is a girl that every college coach in the country should pull up her sports recruits right now and watch her.
Yeah, we got to see her really have a coming out party last year in this league.
She played well in this game?
Yeah, she had a goal, but also 3 assists as well. Then Olivia Coffey, couple goals, couple ground balls.
Stony Brook commit?
I'm sorry?
Stony Brook commit.
That's right, future Seawolf.
And how did my girl Angie play? Because I asked her to send us the audio. She thought we were kidding, and she DM'd us.
Oh, did we get a recording?
I didn't get the recording yet. I said you got to send us a recording, or
okay,
because I don't want to say your last name because I screw it up every time.
Yeah, we need that. She had an assist in this game.
Yeah,
we need that though because
going to East Stroudsburg, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, there's a couple of East Stroudsburg commits in the league, and I was talking to him because I love Zenny. Zenny, who's the coach there, is an amazing coach. So that's cool. That's cool. It sounds like it was a great day. I know you put in a lot of hours. I know Corey stepped in and did a game or two for you, but you did like 20 games, and I'm sure you needed some throat lozenges when you got home.
I needed that, and I needed sleep. Those were the 2 biggest things.
How did you sleep Sunday night?
I slept probably about as well as I could have. I needed that.
Oh, I know.
We all did.
It was definitely a long day. I mean, this weekend I think what do we go till 10, so we're an hour and 45 minutes less, so 3 games less, but or whatever it is. But it's fun. We both enjoyed it immensely. I'm excited about tomorrow night to get going see all the boys play, and we'll do the same thing on Friday for the boys. We're gonna hopefully get all the recaps up tonight, so we hope to see everybody Thursday night and Sunday, and enjoy your evening.
All right, thanks for everyone that ultimately tunes in. Take care, and we'll see you guys soon.